Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Folge Fate's Day Night Remastered. So, und Shiro und Saber sind ja gerade auf der Suche nach Shinji. We make our way through the town after dark. It's a little past 8. The station is at its most crowded hour, and Saber and I stare at the map of the town.
主だった建物は回りましたね。他に行くべき場所はありますか?
Let's see, there's a factory a little further out from here. We should probably go check it out since people gather there. Not that factories are exactly Shinji style. We do make conversations now, but it's still hard for me to look Saber in the eye. I think our conversation from earlier is still stuck in my head. Saber's acting like it didn't happen, which bothers me even more. What about you, Saber? Can you sense Ryder's presence?
いえ、感じません。彼女とは一度戦っていますから、近くにいれば知覚できるのですが。
An odd feeling prickles my skin. Even I can feel the wave of magic energy that rushes over us. There's no way that Saber can't.
シロ、言うまでもないと思うのですが。
I know. Are they close, Saber?
いえ、まだそこまでの距離ではないようです。ですが、確実に見られている。この魔力は私たちに対する挑発でしょう。
If we are being watched, it means they have fallen into our trap. Releasing so much magic energy is an obvious attempt to lure us out. So, is this Ryder? My mind changes gears. The awkwardness between Saber and me earlier disappears.
魔力をたどります。注意してください、マスター。
I nod. The wave of bloodlust I feel stinging at my skin is coming from the direction of the office district, as it slowly empties of people. Today, of all days, maybe there will be nobody working overtime. Most of the lights in the windows of the building seen as the heart of Shinto are dark. There aren't many people on the sidewalks, and we have a pretty clear view of the building. I don't see anyone suspicious. If Shinji is anywhere, he will be up ahead, maybe in the park we just left. I feel the bloodlust growing more intense. The enemy is nearby. Or more like, a chill runs up my spine. If even I can feel this aura of bloodlust, then we're probably already in enemy territory. Saber, be careful, something's not right.
ええ、シローの感覚は正しい。このように人目のある場所で仕掛けてくるとは思いませんが、相手が相手です。用心に越したことはありません。
We both nod in silent agreement and make our way towards the park. It's probably best to ignore the oppressive sense of a knife being pressed to my throat. Shinji and Ryder are nowhere around the office district. If they're going to attack, it's probably going to be somewhere in the park, where there won't be anyone else around.
シロー。
Saber? I turn towards Saber. She rushes towards me like a bolt of lightning and blocks a blow aimed straight at my head. I look up. A massive building towers overhead. Clinging to the side of that building like some kind of spider is Ryder. Like some kind of spider is Ryder is awkward. Her hair is long enough to cover her entire body. Her limbs supple and white. The masked woman is indeed our enemy, Ryder. She licks her lips as she stares down at me. The hairs on the back of my neck stand on end. There's no mistaking it. She came spiraling down from the top of the building, aiming to take my head in a sneak attack from our blind spot. Saber lands on the ground. In the time it took for her to rush in to block Ryder's attack, Saber summoned her armor. Saber, she is... Go after her, how? Boah, indem sie halt hochspringt. Saber kicks up from the ground. She disappears into the sky with a glint of silvery armor. Wow. Ryder clinging to the side of the building like that is absurd enough, but Saber leaping skyward in pursuit of her is just outright ridiculous. No, they're servants. Normal logic doesn't apply here. Like Ryder, Saber moves along the side of the building, striking at her with blazing speed. The two shadows clash and cross against each other. The sight of the two of them fighting overhead, darting along the building as they climb into the air, is like watching two fighter jets. All the while I need to follow Saber. I can't just watch and do nothing. The uneven footing prevents Saber from gaining ground on Ryder. The two clash in the air, rushing up to the rooftop. Oh, the rooftop. If Ryder came flying down from the top of the building, chances are Shinji is there. We have two possible ways to win our fight against Ryder. Either we defeat her directly or we defeat her master, but whichever it is, it has to be before she deploys the Noble Phantasm. While Saber is fighting Ryder, there's only one thing. Sorry. There's only one thing I should be doing. Oh, Interlude. Wieder mal ein Interlude. Ah, das Interlude ist der Kampf zwischen den beiden. The two shadows climb upwards. They continue to distance themselves from the ground, gaining more and more altitude. Neither needs proper footing, they just kick their way up along the wall. Das sieht schon ziemlich cool aus. As it happens, they clash countless times, all before they even reach the top. Were anyone watching from the ground, they probably think they were seeing a game of pinball. Though I doubt they would be able to follow the two with the naked eye. It's like a deadly circus act. The collisions are barely discernible, invisible to normal human beings. Saber had no desire to be part of this crazy circus act. She may be a servant, but she can't fly through the sky. She might be able to run along the building's wall, but that's it. This is no better than a free fall for her. She alternates between kicking off from the building before she loses momentum and slowing to let gravity take hold of her. It may be no exaggeration to say she's falling into the sky. Now that she has started to, she will continue all the way up to the rooftop. And in that entire journey, if her opponent hits her, she will be hurled to the ground. But it seems the laws of gravity do not apply to the enemy. To the opponent, Saber has to defeat. The streak of purple shots across the side of the building in pursuit of Saber while Saber focuses on reaching the roof. Gravity has no hold on Ryder. She leaps around effortlessly, moving in and from all directions, up, down, left, right, to strike at Saber. Her long hair trails out behind her like a comet tail, and she looks like a snake wrapping itself around a log. Das ist schon eine kleine Anspielung tatsächlich mit der Schlange. Saber's feet touch the wall. She leans sideways and kicks the wall, aiming for the edge of the building. Saber suddenly shoots out at a right angle to her previous trajectory. Not one of the attacks finds its mark. Ryder is simply no match for Saber's raw power. Saber shakes Ryder off with a single kick, then kicks upward once again when she reaches the building's side. She aims herself upward. If Ryder is like a serpent curling around the building, Saber is like a bursting spark. But it looks like Ryder might have predicted her moves. The distance between them remains the same. Ryder continues along the side of the building, not letting Saber open any distance between them. She strikes every time Saber has to take a step. Saber fends Ryder off with her blade and jumps to put some space between them. Though she is able to fend off Ryder, coiling pursuit, there's only so much she can do in the air. Where before there had been no contest in their combat ability, they are now more evenly matched. Neither has an attack that can bring this to a close. No, Ryder is withholding her own deadliest attack. Every time Saber leaps at Ryder, Ryder fends off her attack but never counteracts. Ryder is only keeping Saber at bay, and she makes her way to the rooftop. Saber curses at her cowardly enemy. To a knight like Saber, a fight like this is as good as an insult. Such a thing should involve both opponents giving her all in the clash. By that we leave. Ryder's actions are disrespectful.
高いところは苦手のようですね、セイバー。
Ryder's voice is cool. She is right. Saber is clearly not used to fighting in the air. This is probably a first for her actually. Knights are meant to fight on solid ground. They are not supposed to cling to walls like her opponent.
自慢の剣もここでは型なしでしょう。けど安心なさい。もうじき楽にしてあげるから。
Oh, das... Ehrlich, ich finde die Stimme von Ryder so genial. Ryder moves upward, her manner inviting. She sets this whole thing up. Saber understands that though. At the end of the circus, yes, Ryder's ideal positioning must be waiting up above. Ryder can't use her trump card so readily, which is why she is luring her prey to a place there will be no interruptions, so they can settle this with her ultimate attack. As soon as she reaches the roof, she will be in a difficult position. If Ryder's Noble Phantasm is exactly what Saber thinks it is, she won't have any defense against it. But there's no turning back now. We just can't ignore Ryder or her master. This isn't about defeating an enemy in the Holy Grail War. Saber must defeat Ryder here and now to protect her master, because she has no other choice. This whole situation must be absolutely dumbfounding for her. She has probably thought more than once about not wanting to push her master to do anything crazy. The two continue gaining altitude. The rapid clashes ring out across the building as the battle approaches its final destination. Interlude out. Damn, why does it only go to the 40th floor? Ich möchte einmal kurz schauen. Für sie wahrscheinlich keine. As divinity spirit aptitude, but most of it has degenerated every time the rank beast. Every time the heroic spirit's rank as a beast or demon increases, this decreases. Das war, glaube ich, vorher noch nicht da. Das müsste neu gekommen sein. I rush up the stairs while I complain. I manage to enter the building from the back, but the elevator doesn't go all the way to the roof. I have to run up the remaining 10 flights of stairs. I climb the stairs as fast as I can. I'm not sure how long it has been since Saber and I split up. Probably less than 10 minutes. But that's too long. You never know how or when a battle will end. Even Saber's not perfect. She could make a mistake and get into trouble. So before that happens, if I can make Shinji use up his command spells, Ryder might stop fighting. The harder I run, the more my still healing body ages. Sprinting around the building, then up the stairs, has left me out of breath. But I don't slow down. No, I speed up. Something about this has me worried. I'm not sure why, but my chest hurts. It's not a physical pain, something is warning me of danger ahead. Saber can't win. There's something on this rooftop that shouldn't be faced. I try to shake this feeling off and focus on climbing the stairs. The wind is strong. The moment I open the door, the city's nightscape fills my field of vision. Scorch mark pocked the concrete. And at its center, at the heart of the burned, scared rooftop, Saber's on her knees. Saber!
Shiro, どうしてここに?
Saber's shoulders heave with her labored breath. The moment I rush to her, I notice something strange floating up above me. Or rather, the sheer overwhelming amount of magic energy forces me to take notice. I look up towards the sky. Flapping wings. I hear flapping wings. A paler and more blinding white than the light of the moon, hovers over me. Yep. A Pegasus. Ganz schön sick. It is. A legendary mystique I've only heard about in myth. The moment she reaches the rooftop, Saber confronts her opponent's true form. Saber leans on her sword, exhausted, and looks up. The white light rushes toward her. Saber unleashes the wind that shrouds her sword, using it to create an invincible barrier. She goes flying backward. Her attempt to block the onrushing Pegasus fails to even slow it down. The force of the impact knocks Saber back, slamming her brutally into the ground. There's no time to be lying down. Pegasus turns mid-air and resumes its glide without so much as pausing. She can't possibly brace herself. Her only option is to try to evade. Even if she manages that, the after effects of its passage will chip away at her defenses. If this keeps up, it will hit her eventually. The white light streaks down toward her. Pegasus sails far overhead and knocks Saber backward before sweeping back into the skies. Saber can't possibly reach it. There are no walls she can kick off. Not up here. Even if she could, there's no way she could actually reach Pegasus. Despite her disadvantage, Saber waits for an opportunity to fight back. Pegasus it may be, but it's a living creature, so she should still be able to kill it if she can just get a chance. Her only opportunity for victory is if Ryder makes a mistake at the reins. Ryder's voice comes from high above. Sarah grips her sword tightly as she looks up.
ですが、それに意味はありますか？あなたには勝ち目などない。散るしかないのなら、潔く消えなさい。
Ryder's voice is calm. Even so, I hear just the slightest bit of joy in it.
幻想種だとは睨んでいましたが、まさかそんなものを持ち出してくるとは思いませんでした、ライダー。
A phantasmal species. As the name suggests, it refers to a creature which exists within an illusion. Humanoids like fairies and giants. Demonic creatures like Oni and dragons. If they are considered mystiques, that alone makes them superior to magecraft. It's a law of nature for mystiques to be destroyed by other, stronger mystiques. In the same way magecraft grows empowered with knowledge. Phantasmal species accumulate power from their longevity. Even if a human masters magecraft, the most they can accumulate is about 500 years worth it. Take a species that has lived since ancient times. There's just no contest between that and a mystique that's only 500 years old. But it has been a long, long time since humans and phantasmics existed in the same world. The longer the phantasma has lived, the further it's distanced itself from this world. The only phantasmal species in the modern world are a scant few hundred years old. So Saber expected the phantasmal rider has as a mount to be only a few hundred years old.
寝台のものを持ち出すとは随分と業が深いようですね、ライダー。
ええ、私はあなたたちとは違う。むしろあなたたちの敵だったものに過ぎない。故に私が操るのはあなたたちが駆逐してきたかわいそうな子たちだけよ。
なるほど。歪んでいるとは思いましたが、英霊ではなく悪鬼の類でしたか、あなたは。
せいぜい呪いなさい。あなたでは私の子に触れることさえできないのだから。
The Pegasus rests its wings in the air. It's a giant arrow, aimed at Saber's heart, ready to fire at a moment's notice. She glares at the creature and thinks Pegasus itself is not a powerful phantasmal species. A typical Pegasus is just a phantasmal that can only match a demonic beast in power. Were that the case, it would be easy to defeat with Saber's invisible air alone. But it isn't the case. That Pegasus has existed since the Age of Gods, and has long since reached the level of a phantasmal. The horse is nearing the level of the dragon race, considered to be the strongest of all phantasmals. At the very least, its defenses are probably already at the level of a dragon race. Since Pegasus possesses divine protection that exceeds even Saber's, whose magic resistance is unparalleled. The way it glides through the air, trading massive amounts of magical energy, is like a castle wall bearing down on Saber. It can't be possible to avoid or repel something like that. But something else is out here. Ryder simply summoned Pegasus, and it has no true name of its own. To Ryder, Pegasus is little more than, say, a favorite dagger. And that means she has yet to use her noble phantasm. Even in her dire predicament, the possibility of defeat never enters Saber's mind. Instead, she thinks her chance will come when Ryder really starts to get serious. Whatever Ryder's noble phantasm may be, it will have no trouble destroying a building like this. She just needs to focus on defending herself, on staying alive. Then all she will have to do is cut Ryder down as soon as an opportunity presents itself. Yes. If only her master hadn't shown up. Hey! Schön. Immer wieder gerne dabei. I look up towards the sky. Flapping wings. I hear flapping wings. Something a paler and more blinding white than the light of the moon hovers over me. It is a legendary mystique. I've only heard about the myth. Pegasus? The identity of Ryder's noble phantasm. Could that be what guards the rooftop and forced Saber to her knees? I see that Ryder is, as her class name suggests, riding a horse tearing across the sky. What the? I shift my focus from Ryder. I thought I heard something. Shinji, I know you're here. Come on out. I can't tell how strong Ryder is while she is on Pegasus. All I can tell is that White Flint has more magic energy in it than a few hundred mages could muster. No wonder the roof is a charred mess. That monster can destroy damn near anything around it just by running across it. As that thing charges from up in the sky, even Sarah won't be able to avoid it. Quit hiding. I came here like you asked. Show yourself. It's a race against time. I need to defeat Shinji. If I defeat the master, Ryder will disappear. I hear laughter. Shinji must be hiding somewhere. Shinji! Only his voice echoes. I fight down my impatience and try to focus on the sound of his laughter. Damn, the wind is so strong. I can't tell where the laughter is coming from. Sensei, don't rush. Let him talk all he wants. The more he talks, the better chance I have of finding him. お前もあのサーバントもここで終わりだ。何？これでも知らない仲じゃない。昨日の借りもあるしさ。せめて苦しまないように一瞬で死んじゃえよ。This is bad. Pegasus, still high up in the sky, tips its head towards Saber. The vortex of magic energy whirls faster, and if it knows no limit, if that thing comes at us at full speed, it will blow the entire roof apart. 安心しろエミヤ。お前に邪魔されたけどさ、学校のバカどももすぐに後を追わせてやるよ。お前が寂しいってんなら、クソ鬱陶しいサクラも付き合わせてやろうじゃないか。Why you, Shinji? まずはその女だ。跡形も残すなよ。Saber. A white comet streaks towards us, and at that moment, a storm rages around me. Saber, For the first time, she forgets the enemy in battle. She is furious with her master for walking into this death trap, but she is also angry with herself for failing to anticipate him doing so. All those thoughts are cast aside now. What else can she do? Even now, even in the midst of danger, she can see only concern for her well-being in his eyes. He's always been like this, actually. He may have understood that she was an exceptional knight, but that's never how he saw her.
どうやら余興はここまでのようね、セイバー。
Ryder's giggling voice reaches her even now. Ryder touches Pegasus' neck with both her hands, and the beast's wings beat harder.
私の宝具は強力ゆえ、地上で使うには適していない。使えばどうしても人目につく。まだ他にマスターがいる以上、おいそれと使うわけにはいかなかった。けれど、ここなら覗き見される恐れはない。あなたを誘い出したのは、ここでなら都合がいいからと分かりましたか。
Something begins to form in Ryder's hands. It seems insignificant, really. A glittering golden rope.
それが貴様の宝具か、ライダー。
ええ、私の趣味ではありませんが、この子は優しすぎて戦いには向いていない。だからこんなものでも使わないとその気になってくれないの。
Pegasus lowers its head. This feral nature is not inborn within the creature itself, but coaxed from it by Ryder's touch.
消えなさい、セイバー。たとえあなたが生き延びようと、あなたのマスターは私からは逃げられない。マスターさえ死ねば、頑丈なあなたもそれまででしょう。
It is the inarguable truth. Ryder's Noble Phantasm will utterly destroy the roof. If she hurried, she might be able to carry Zero away and escape, but Ryder won't stop at just destroying the rooftop. The master is not strong enough to survive a collapsing building. Meaning to protect her master, she will have to destroy her enemy Pegasus and all. She doesn't have time to think about whether this is the right thing to do. Saber glances one final time at her master, still some distance from her. He is doing his best to fill his role, simply by gritting his teeth and keeping back. The last of her hesitation fades. What is ahead no longer matters. All that matters is this moment, and in it she must be her master's blade and defeat the enemy they now face. I hear the jarring, grating shout. In that moment, Pegasus is scanned sire and vanishes from sight. Pegasus fills up into the air. It has already lost its form. It rises up as if to shoot through the moon, and then continues to its arc by flapping its wings, powering itself down towards the ground. The blazing white comet streaks downward. It becomes an arrow of searing white light, but Ryder continues urging it on. There's only one target. It intends to annihilate its enemy entirely, and the isolated garden in the sky along with it. She speaks his name, Bellerophon. If a noble phantasm is the miracle that is released by speaking its true name. Das ist Bellerophon, stimmt. It is divine lightning. A thunderous flash. There is no emotion in her eyes as she looks on. The wind unfurls from her blade and becomes a storm. The seal is broken. Layers of wind unfold from her blade. Her sword is finally visible. Yup. Ich freu mich. The storm rages before my eyes. The white light descends upon the rooftop. Saber, though she is the sole focus of that light, doesn't move. Saber? The raging wind, she is the source. No, not Saber herself, her sword. Ah, da sehen wir das Schwert. Wie es sich materialisiert, in Anführungszeichen. I can't believe what I'm seeing. The blade should be invisible, but there it is. Like unwrapping bandages, the wind slowly coils away from her blade. Yup. A golden sword. The wind rages on. The multiple layers of seals peel away. The bands of wind dissolve into the air. She raises her now visible sword and turns back toward Pegasus as it dives towards her. Oh, das sieht sick aus. Das sieht richtig sick aus. Ryder approaches as a brilliant flare of light. Bellerophon is now large enough to engulf the entire rooftop and is only picking up speed to destroy us, building and all. The bridle of chivalry lights up the rooftop. Time stops. In the face of inescapable destruction, my mind goes blank. But the light is not coming from the bridle of chivalry. The light churns and builds upon itself. The light of Ryder's mount is brilliant, but it can't hold a candle to the purity I see in this one. Saber is holding the ultimate sacred sword that has collected the lights of the stars. Und damit wissen wir, wer Saber ist. So sendet man mal ein Signal. Boah, a single line of brilliant light. It's a blade of light, shearing through everything it touches. The beam of light destroys Ryder utterly as it cleaves through the clouds and disappears into the night sky. Most likely, if that sword had been used on the ground, it would have carved a trail of devastation through the city. Her sword is not unseeable. It simply does not reveal itself. It is the golden sword that captivates all who behold it. With a true name of surpassing fame. Excalibur, the sword of promised victory. A sword that is said to have existed in England, a sword wielded by the king who has become the very symbol of knighthood. The strongest of the servants' noble phantasms, sealed by several bounded fields. That is Saber's proof of her place as a hero. Und ich würde sagen, an dem Punkt beende ich dann jetzt auch diese Folge. Wir haben neue Servant-Data bekommen. Weiter möchte ich einmal schauen. Noble Phantasm. Bridle of Chivalry. Abilities increased by 1 rank when used. The Bellerophon is the name of the boy who wrote the Pegasus in Greek mythology. Ihren Hero haben wir noch nicht, aber True Name haben. Wie kann man jetzt noch nicht den True Name haben nach dem? Egal. Excalibur, Yakusoka, Rank Double Plus ist auch gut. Anti-Fortress. Das ist nicht doch mal nett. Aber egal, ich beende hier jetzt diese Folge. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.